So on Connect with Shaddee, we get to share the stories, the inspirational stories, the motivational stories, those stories that captivate us and makes us want to fulfill our God-given purpose. Today we have an amazing personality that we're going to be sharing his experiences with you guys. He's a comedian that has the story of rising from grass to grace, moving from a point of nothing to becoming something in the entertainment industry. And we are so pleased to bring this guy on the show today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Connect with Shaddee. So there's something amazing about this particular guy that I'm about to bring to you on Connect with Shaddee today. I am actually elated to have him on the show today because it's been a long time coming. We've witnessed a lot of people grow from grass to grace, but his story is peculiar. His story is something that you all will definitely want to hear about, and definitely I'm so pleased to have him on the show today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Kennyblaq.
Yes, boss.
Kenny,
thanks for having me.
How's it going now?
Sorry for the where are you? Can you come today? The
business, now the work that they do.
Soft work.
Nice. So Kenny, you're welcome to the show. Basically, your story is very amazing. A lot of people hear your story and they are taken aback. How can a guy grow from nothing to something and become the most wanted person in the Nigerian entertainment industry?
As long as you're not ever.
No, you're not. But in a way, it's really peculiar. What's that thing that you want to share with us about your story today?
I think my story is, honestly, I don't know. I can't explain how I got into limelight.
Okay.
All I can say is God's grace, because I've been in the industry since 2008.
Wow.
And I've been working, trying to do my stuff, It wasn't easy getting everybody to understand my brand. It wasn't easy making people understand that I'm a music comedian. It wasn't easy convincing people that I'm funny. So it took a lot of hard work. It took a lot of making people, going for events, trying to be original. You understand? So I remember back then when I started, when I was doing everybody's, I was cracking jokes. Normal jokes. General jokes. So I wasn't really getting the attention like that. So what's the difference? Okay, it's just a small
what everybody does.
So I realized that when I started becoming me, when I started doing me, I started getting attention. When I started becoming who I really wanted to be, I started getting the attention. Because 2008, 2009, 2010, I was learning. I was trying to get platforms. I would watch TVs and they would say, okay, XTD event for inquiries and details, please call. I will call not for inquiry, I will call to perform. So
you're booking shows for yourself.
I was booking shows for myself. So I was like, this is what I wanted to do. So I would go to events, they won't give me platforms. And growing up in the industry was like when you go for an event and people intend to judge a book by the cover.
Wow.
They will judge the book by the cover. They'll say, okay, you are too small. Go to Sunday school, go to children's department, go and eat biscuits, or go and take drink or something, go and take Ejigbo or kunu.
Wow.
So people didn't really see the talent in me. People saw that, okay, there is nothing a small boy can do on this stage.
There's nothing you have to offer.
There's nothing you have to offer. Look at, there are senior people here. So, but I did not give up. I was still going to this event, giving them, showing them that it got to a point I will crack joke backstage before I go on stage.
To see if it's funny.
Yeah, this one.
To see if the joke is funny.
Not even to see, but to convince them that I can do it.
Wow.
Yeah, hear this joke. Yeah, let's give it a try. And I'll perform for empty chairs, white, clean, empty chairs. When I mean clean, empty chairs, it was as in the chair full died. White, clean, empty chairs. The event planners will imagine you're cracking jokes and I see sound checking. Maybe they have like few people in the hall. And I crack a joke like, hey, get one guy and somebody's doing until, check 1, 2. That was how I said it was very rough then. Wow. So, but I didn't give up on me. I was still working after one day. I will always come back to those who will tell me, no, you are not funny. You are not. So I'll look at those things that they said that I couldn't do, and I'll make sure I do those things. I'm a guy that will not give up. I did not give up on.
Kenny, you're saying something now, and it's really peculiar because looking at everything that has happened in your life so far, in a short while, many people out there actually think it's something you just wake up
Woke
one
up.
morning
That's what I'm
and Kennyblaq just emerged. We had a new Kennyblaq.
That's what I'm taking my time to explain, because many people don't understand. They felt okay. I started 2000 and maybe last 3 years when I was on Alibaba January 1st, and that was how I started. They felt that was my first one performing. But it's been almost 10 years now. I've been working backstage. In fact, I was once a studio rat. You understand? So I was one going to buy drinks for artists in the studio. Before I started comedy 10 years ago, before that 10 years, I was, before that 10 years, like let me say 7 years, 6 years before that 10 years, I was in a juju music band. Not be juju, like a genre of music.
Yeah.
I like
Fuji kind of music.
So I was going to shows with them. As in every year I will fall sick, because we trekked, even Israelites.
Trekked for Africa.
As in we trekked. As in we walk around everywhere.
Wow.
But that gave me the confidence to be. That gave me the stage confidence.
Is that all?
What about me?
Hold on. Tí mo jẹ́ tí ń bẹ́ẹ̀ jó bóyá.
Ẹ bá mi kọ
ẹnu wò
ṣe ó yá náà. Kí lẹ wí? You don't have money.
Just shut up.
So in all those years that you were trying to build, you were trying to get into the limelight and everything, what was that conviction that kept you going? Because a lot of people will give up on the way. So many people will say, okay, I've gotten to this point now, man, this thing is tiring. You have to spend your money, book your own shows. So a lot of people want to give up. What kept you going?
The passion. There was something pushing me that, if you tell me Kennyblaq could be a comedian today, I will argue with you. All I wanted to be was a musician with a live band. Fine, I'm a very, very funny person.
Specifically with a live band. What's the thing about live band that makes you,
I like to be spontaneous. I don't like to be
arranged.
I don't like to be arranged. I like to be. I like to express myself.
Okay.
Things I create things on the spot. So when I'm with a live band, there's flexibility.
Wow.
They're miming to something. So when I'm miming to something, I have to follow the script. And there's something I might want to change. If you watch my performance, you notice that even when I repeat the same joke, I change.
Say it in a different way.
I change the name. I say it in a different. So I like to be spontaneous. I don't like to be boxed into something. So growing up, then I wanted to be a musician. But comedy came into me in 2008, and somebody came to me. I was like, Kenny, I would like you to. You are very funny. Come and do Hype Man for a show.
Okay.
So I did Hype Man, and I was cracking jokes. And somebody said, okay, let's look for a name. I have a comedy show. August 9, I went on stage. The guy said, let me look for a name for you. So I went back home. I chose Kennyblaq. I came back. He chose Kennyblaq.
Wow.
And the same mindset we did do. Now people gave up. People were like saying, no, this guy, because Basketman. There was a guy called Basketman before. His name
Not this
Basketman.
Basketman.
Not this Basketman.
Okay.
His name is MC Miracle.
Okay.
It's not. In fact, let me not say this guy. He's a man. He's a man.
Mr. MC Miracle.
Mr. MC Miracle. Is it the
Okay.
I watch people like that. So when I wanted to do music comedy, I watch people like Julius Agu.
Okay. Now, Kenny, coming to that point now, because your style of comedy, you call yourself the music comedian.
Yeah.
Now, there are a lot of comedians out there that have started the trend of music comedy before.
Yeah.
Did you at any point in time draw inspiration from those guys? I'm talking about likes of Clean the Drums, those people. Did you draw inspiration from them to carve out your own niche?
I watched them.
Okay.
And it also goes back to the question you asked before this question. They also gave me the courage to move on.
Yes.
That's what I was going to. They also gave me the motive to move on. Like I felt like if they can do it,
you can do it.
I can do it. And what I saw then was, I saw myself having the voice to interpret most of the things that they were doing.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your words together. All the way from Nigeria, Shama Jesus. Lord divine, find favor in your sight. Lord, please hear my heart's cry. I'm desperately waiting to be where you are.
Wow.
So now I felt that I have this voice to interpret these things more. It's not that what they were doing was not good, but I had the voice to interpret it better. Better than what they were doing.
Something that would fit into
Something
this
that would fit in.
generation.
So ideas started coming. If I wanted to write a joke as a comedian, music would come inside. So it was now what I wanted to be and what God wants me to be.
Wow.
God already designed me to be. I mean, God designed me to be a comedian, to put smiles on people's face. But I wanted to be a musician.
Yeah.
So God left me to be the musician I wanted to be.
So you have an instrument to bring out what was really in you.
I now later became what God wants me to be with what I wanted to be.
Wow.
Which was music and comedy.
Wow.
So
Beautiful.
I had this. If I had everybody saying you are not funny, I would have given up.
Since.
But only people were saying you're not funny, and other people were giving me the motive that you can do it.
Okay, now Kenny, let's look at this point now. How did you surmount the challenges that you went through, in becoming Kennyblaq? Because you won't tell me now that there were no times when you didn't have money to take care of yourself, money to even feed.
But I tried.
So what gave you the passion and the motivation to keep on going, even when things were tough? What were some of the challenges that you experienced?
The things that kept me going was that I already saw where I was going
Okay.
and where I was coming from.
Okay, so you had like a
And
broad
from
vision
Ejigbo.
of the future.
Yeah, so I felt like I was already seeing myself doing something big. There were a lot of people in my area who were doing things that their parents were not proud of. Things that they could not say I did. But I wanted to change this motive in my environment that you are not too young to start something.
You're not.
You are not too young to be you. Challenges came, and there was no money to go for events. I would trek from one event to another. In fact, events whereby they will not even give me platforms.
Wow.
But I will still go,
Of course.
and perform. But one thing that kept me going was my passion.
For it.
Challenges came like performing, and somebody promised to give me 200 after performing and did not.
The first thing.
But
I even heard a story. There was one story I read on the internet. I don't know how true this is.
Yeah.
You are here right now, so you could probably confirm it.
Yeah.
That there were times when you went to, I think, a cotton market or Ejigbo markets to
Yeah.
buy second-hand shirts.
Oh God! I bought this clothes they grand.
Okay,
You understand?
okay.
So they go pick your own. Bend down, select. Pick up 200. 200 attracted me. Anything
Wow.
200 attracted my life.
Are you kidding me?
Anything
200. So if I should call anything 200 right now, you're taking it back.
There was a time I saw a suit for 200.
You wanted to buy.
I thought 200. I bought the suit for.
Wow.
Suit.
Wow.
So I wanted to always look good.
Okay.
But I couldn't afford
What
big
to
money.
do it,
So
yeah.
I went to Kotun. I would buy flashy clothes.
Okay.
200 by
Okay.
his brother.
And there's something that starch does to your
God
clothes.
bless you. And Aru. Yoruba comes to Aru. That
Okay,
dye.
okay.
Jesus Christ, that dye. When I buy that clothes and put that dye, I'm a big boy. I'm a big boy.
Self-acclaimed big boy.
You don't have money. Just shut up. Mo bẹ jó sí bóyá àti ẹ̀ máa bóyá ẹ̀ náà àti ẹ̀ jáde. Ó ti ẹ̀ ní talent ọ̀dẹ̀. Instead, make you the brain. You dey carry my gist around you. Instead, make you the walk you. Go my chat. You dey carry my matter around you. Yeah, at Jehovah, the bless me. Make you know the hate you. Don't get your time. Oluwa, the bless me. Make you know the hate you. And don't get your time. Mo bá yí ẹ̀ jẹ́, màá rà ẹ́, màá tún tún ẹ rà.
There's something about Connect with Shaddee. We don't just bring in guests, but we bring people that have stories behind who they are right now. So there's a question I'm going to be asking you, because the society these days, we see a lot of people in the streets. You came from the streets, and right now you're at the top. So how do you plan to give back to the society? That's the question we're going to be asking next. And ladies and gentlemen, when we come back from this short break, we'll definitely have more conversations with the Kenny himself, Kennyblaq, on the show. Don't go nowhere.
I have plans.
Okay.
I have plans, but I'm somebody who likes to go with God's plan.
Okay.
I started a campaign last 2 years, making a difference. Doing a show in my locality,
Okay.
bringing up and coming comedians like me, how I started. And so it started even 3 years ago before I came into the very big limelight.
Okay.
Getting people to discover their talents and also give back to the society.
Society.
But right now I want to do more. So I'm still praying to God for direction. Okay. There's so many things I want to do.
Okay.
So many things I want to do in affecting lives.
Okay.
Because my success story from the street to where I am, I believe I can also inspire someone.
Of course.
I can also help someone
Of
to
course.
be a better person. So right now I'm still working. There's still work in progress.
Okay.
I'm still trying to build my brand.
Okay.
I have a solid brand, so it will be easy to convince brands to come into what I want to do to affect lives.
Okay.
So just keep praying for me. Believe in the fact that God can use me to affect somebody or some people's
Definitely.
life. But I'm still working on what to do and how to do it. So
Okay.
I can just work.
Really amazing. Because Kenny, you're talking right now, and I'm just having a mental picture of something. Because Kennyblaq is not just like every other comedian.
Yeah.
Kennyblaq is someone that has come to stay, someone that has come to make a difference.
Yeah, exactly.
And the name Kennyblaq resonates with difference.
Yes.
That's how I see it. So now, looking at this whole thing and the whole issue and everything, is there a particular way that you unwind? How do you rest? Because I remember trying to lock you down for this show. I had to keep calling, traveling from here to there to there to there and everything. How do you chill? How do you relax?
Guess what? Music makes me relax.
Are you kidding me
I
right
have
now?
a studio where I listen to a lot of country songs.
Okay.
A lot of R&B songs. So when I feel like relaxing sometimes, I just plug my headphones. If you notice, I am always with my headphones. So I have my playlist. So if I'm like this, I listen to a lot of music. And once in a while, I go to the cinema,
To see some stuff.
to see some movies because the movies also inspire my joy. So I relax with movies, music. And once in a while, I play golf.
Okay, but okay, big man.
Every step I'm taking is bringing me closer to where I wanna be. Oh. And when the time is here, this is my prayer. Help me remember you when the time is here. Don't let the fame of money get into my head. Help me remember you when the time is here. Don't let the fame of money.
Okay, but would you say now that a lot of the material, the comedy that you do right now, were things that you had done, that you had way back before you started? Because, like, we're talking about some people that go into the reality TV shows and they become superstars, and after like 1 year, 2 years, we don't hear of them anymore. It looks as if they've not really done their homework before they got to that limelight. Will you say that a lot of the materials or the things that you had, that you're doing now, has a great relationship with what you had in the past?
I think it's the other way around.
Okay.
Right now, I'm creating materials
Okay.
that I will use for next year. That is how I work. I create materials for future purposes. Whatever I've done in the past, I let it go.
Okay.
I don't want to go back to it.
To it.
It's better for me to fall forward than to fall back on those things. So I create materials that I will use for next year so that when it is next year, all I just need to do is to build on them.
Of course.
So most of the time, I do my performance, I create them on the spot, or I create them for a particular event. If I have a Yoruba event, I need to create Yoruba songs.
Of course.
If I have Yoruba Igbo event, I need to create Igbo jokes. So I don't fall back on those jokes. Because of my style of comedy, a lot of people want popular demand. They want to hear a particular joke.
Yeah, the way you tell it over and over again.
So sometimes it looks like, okay, I still go back to
Those
those
old
things.
jokes.
So I do materials I have right now are not the things that I had before. It's things that come
At the moment.
at the
on
moment
spot.
from God, directly from God.
Okay.
Sometimes I just wonder sometimes. I listen to myself and I wonder like,
Let me talk
let
this
me
joke.
talk this thing. How did I create these things?
Okay.
So I don't fall back. I
Okay.
fall forward. So that's
Amazing, really amazing. Kenny, has there been any place in your career so far so good that you've been embarrassed?
Yeah.
What's the most embarrassing moment you've ever had on stage?
I had a lot. I think I can remember 2 or 1. I was cracking jokes and the audience were like, they couldn't wait for me to leave the stage. That was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Was it that your joke wasn't funny, how was it like?
I guess they were not connecting. I didn't learn what was connecting with your audience.
Okay.
Studying your audience. So I was just talking based on what I brought.
The material.
The material I brought. So I didn't even look at anybody. Just
It looks like a student that crammed something, went to the exam hall and everything.
Pouring
and pouring
everything down.
down.
So, and the point where somebody came to meet me and like, you will not last in the industry. You're just singing. There's nothing special about you.
Okay.
And guess what? Those challenges made me stronger. I look back at those challenges and I worked on them. Because in as much as you don't want to listen to these things, you need to listen to them and learn from them.
Of course.
Those challenges are the one that made me who I am today. I work on those challenges. I work on those embarrassing moments. Those moments where they will tell me to leave the stage. Those moments I want to crack a particular joke. And I'm getting to the punchline. And
That's where they cut it.
So those moments are embarrassing.
I can imagine how that moment would be
so
for
I
you.
come crying like, oh, funny, that joke funny. May I tell you again. So those embarrassing moments made me stronger. Made me understand that once you're given a particular time, you don't need to beat around the bush. Just hit the nail on the head.
Who are your mentors in the industry? Who are your mentors?
Them.
I know you have a special relationship with AY.
Exactly. Mali Baba, AY,
Okay.
Bovi, Basket, a lot of them. But the people I really, I see myself as the Justin Bieber of the comedy industry.
Wow.
I like talking to a lot of youths, a lot of university, a lot of my age bracket, and people that older than me.
I can connect with you.
Yeah, so I see myself sitting down with a mic stand or an acoustic guitar and explaining my stories, my music comedy stories.
You play the guitar too?
I'm learning.
Okay, okay. You need to push the ministry forward.
So Justin Bieber and especially Tyler Perry.
Oh, okay.
I'm a Tyler Perry kind of
Okay,
person.
okay.
So Kevin Hart, Tyler Perry, Chris Rock,
Great guys.
most especially Tyler Perry, because I like the way he infuses music into his act. So I have Tyler Perry.
And it's funny. There's really nothing we can do without music these days. Everything is so locked into music.
Everything.
And it looks as like every of our works has to revolve around music.
Yeah.
But okay, now talking about these guys now that you're talking about, have you ever had any major beef in the industry with anybody?
Funny
so
enough,
far, so good.
Funny enough, I am one person that everybody sees me as the comedian's favorite comedian. I've gotten a lot of support from the comedians. I myself,
You can't believe it. Would you say it's grace?
Yeah, exactly. I'm God's grace ambassador. So I think grace has done things that I myself can't do. A lot of comedians I look up to back then are now my friends. They say, don't call me bros. Call me this name. Call me by my name. A lot of comedians I look up to like, I'm not sure I'll meet this person in 5 years. I need to work hard. They come to me like, you're doing very well. A lot of artists that I use their songs, where I expect to get angry, come to me and like, I don't drop new song, go use them. So I would say it's great. So I'm like the artist's favorite artist. So I don't get beef with anybody. They don't beef me. They just support me. When I'm going off track, they call me and like, this part
you back. It's not the way to go.
So the love is just too.
So you can say it's very, very essential that you have
very
people that are mentors, mentor you in your
and I'm
your
grateful
path to
for
your
that.
dream.
Shout out to every comedian and every artist. Thank you
Nice.
for being there for me.
Nice.
It's
Amazing.
just God's grace.
Amazing. Okay, so Kenny, we're going to ask this question right now. I'm saying we because I know the viewers out there also want to know about this question. When are you planning on getting married? You need to get married. You need to go off the market. Okay, so you want to sing, Abby? We are talking about the other things since. You didn't sing.
You don't want to go. I'm looking at the camera like I'm looking down now.
Are you kidding me right now? Kenny, when are you getting married?
I don't know. I don't have any plans to do so soon.
Okay.
But if I'm to get married to someone, I want. If I say God-fearing now, I will talk say.
It's cliche, Kenny. Everybody wants to get married.
I don't know
to
what class.
God-fearing
If I say
person.
any class now, it might be SS1, SS2, SS3.
I can't believe it. Kenny, your lips is now doing like
A
this.
matured working class lady. Somebody.
When
who
you say
understands-
mature, what do you mean? Like
somebody who understands the nature of my job.
like how old mature are you talking about?
Let's leave the age for now. I'm watching my weight. I don't want to categorically tell you one now.
Okay, and later is that another thing?
It's another-
All right, but are we looking at curves, figure eight, those kind of things?
It's not. See, all those things don't matter. What matters is the heart.
Are you serious?
Me, I
Right
have
now?
heart. Let her have the kidney. So we just both of us have conscience.
Kenny, before you go, you're gonna do something for us.
Hey, what do you want me to
You know
do?
now the music
Hey.
thing. You know we need to feel it right here on Connect with Shaddee. So if you have a special number, I'll call it special number.
Okay, let me tell you something. Many people, I know many girls will be wondering why I'm still single. It's because I have tried my best to look for a wife. There was one girl in our church I liked.
Okay.
Anytime I want to go to her, she's always this side. So the usher, anytime I want to go to the usher will do me.
This side.
How you say, bros? I have a seat. You say, I will say no. You say, One day this usher was not. I don't know what even happened, but she didn't come to church that day. And maybe she was having a crush on me, but the crush must not to crush because I don't like girls who get big head. The girl get big head. So this sister that I liked, I had the opportunity to stand close to her
That very day.
that day. And on that Sunday, I saw her crying. She was like, I look to you, Lord, I look to you. When all my strength is gone, and you can be strong. I knew that was my opportunity to tell her how I felt. So I replied that you don't have to worry, and don't you be afraid.
As if she was singing the song.
Oh, imagine, joy comes in the morning, trouble there don't last always. She said, thank you. I said, thank you too. We did not open our eyes. And Pastor, God will bless that pastor. Oh, Pastor Shaddee. And he said, look at your neighbor and say, hold somebody. Tell him that you love him. Put your hands together and praise the Lord. I had to open my eyes before another person who hold that sister. So I held her hand. And Pastor said, tell your neighbor something romantic. Hey, that was my opportunity. I held her hand. I was like, I need you. You need me. We are a part of God. Then the girl replied me. It was as if she was waiting for me to tell her how much. Then she looked up and she was like, hallelujah. You have won a victory. Hey, I said, death could not hold. I said, my sister, death cannot hold us down. This love, we will follow. Then
people get married.
No, we went on our first date, which was the worst date of my life.
Okay.
I ordered for a plate of rice, a bottle of drink, and a chicken. This girl ordered for a basin of rice, a crate of drink. She ordered for coleslaw like 14.
Of course, you are Kennyblaq.
How my sister? Where my brother? Where is Kennyblaq? I was eating that food. And she was eating.
Okay.
She was eating. I was looking like Jesus. What's happening? Then she looked at me and she was like, your grace has found me. I said, which grace? My sister, leave your grace. Let my grace be. She said, Kennyblaq, would you tell me something romantic? I was supposed to tell her how much I love her. I did not know when I was advising her. I said, let us have a world of ordinary people living life the way God wants us to. She said, Kennyblaq, it's okay. It's not what you think. Oh. Then he finished that food and she looked at the waiter. Can I have takeaway? I don't know when I shouted, Ayele, Ibosio. The following Sunday, I was standing and she came to stand near me. And she was like, forgive and forget. The Lord loves you. Then I replied there, I've got my mind made up. And I won't, because I want to see my Jesus someday. He said, where are you going to? I said, born again. Thank God I'm born again. I'm born again, my sister. I cannot. So I'm still looking for a wife. If you are there, be my Candy Crush.
Amazing. We had the awesome, amazing Nigerian music comedian Kennyblaq on Connect with Shaddee today. Kenny, thank you so much.
Thank you very much
being on the show. Really had.
I'm honored. You have joined the Beard Gang.
Of course. You're coming up. I see some strands there. You're coming.
Yeah.
You'll soon be part of it. Yeah?
Wow. No. White beard is the new Beard Gang. All this Beard Gang.
Are you kidding me right now? All right. It's all right. No wahala, no problem. Thank you guys for being a part of this one. We had Kennyblaq on the show sharing his experiences on Connect with Shaddee. Now remember, you can follow us via our social media platforms on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook. On Instagram at I am Shaddee, on Facebook Connect with Shaddee, and of course on YouTube Connect TV. Thank you guys for being a part of this one. Till we come your way again, same time, same station next week. Have an amazing day. Kennyblaq.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys.
Peace out, people.